Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to explain one of the most important concepts of early mathematics, that is rounding off and estimation, and simple techniques to teach this concept to young kids. Now, rounding and estimation are very important math skills, and rounding numbers basically provide figures that are easier to work with than the original numbers. In everyday life, this concept will help kids to do quick maths, calculations. They can also use rounded figures for mental math operation and to cross check the answers after a basic mathematics operations. So we are going to understand for all the grades how we are going to take this concept of rounding off and estimation. So suppose we start with for grade 1. If we are going to teach a grade 1 the concept of rounding off, how we are going to attempt it and start this concept. So the most simplest technique is by understanding a number line. So whenever we start teaching the concept of rounding off, for the very first time, always start with revising and understanding a number line. Here I am creating a number line, and see, I create a number line between 30 and 40. So now we have to find a median that is somewhere between here, that is 35. Now I have 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 31, 32, 33, 34, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. Now before we understand and start with the concept of rounding off, please understand for the beginners we are always the rounding off happens at tens place, hundreds place, thousands place and everything, but for a first grader it is very important to start with tens place. So revise your place values. The child should be thoroughly clear of what the place values are, how we understand the place values of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, everything. So we will start with the tens place. So I have here a number line. So the moment I'm going to give a brief about rounding off and estimation, what I'm going to do is I have, say, this number 34. Now let's find out the same number on this number line. Ask the child to find it. So he's going like this and here it is. So you simply have to ask the child which number it is closer from. Is it closer to 30 or is it closer to 40? I'm repeating again, is it closer to the 30 or is it closer to 40? So here they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps to go. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4 steps. So obviously this is, so we will go here, round down. So round off to 10, tens is 30. And if I have a number, say 37, where it will lie? Somewhere here. Now this number is closer to 40 than it is to 30. So we are going to round up. Right? It is going ahead. So it is round up, it is round down. You can also create a vertical line if the child is not able to understand the concept of round down and round up. So create a vertical line and then they will understand that towards 40 it is going round up, towards 30 it is going down. So it is rounding down, rounding off. So here rounding off to tens is 40. I hope this is clear. Now we will see how you are going to attempt the further ones. Now moving ahead, let's understand how we are going to do for a higher grade children, how we are going to do the rounding off to hundreds or rounding off to thousand place or rounding off to 10,000. And once they have understood these concepts, they will be able to do it further. And some books will have this concept of finding range. So we will understand how we can find range while doing rounding off and estimation also. So let's go. Let's understand all this with an example. Let's take an example. We have this number 6, 2, 6, 3, 1. So the number we have is 62,631. So let's write the place value ones, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000. So we have our place values here. Let's understand how the rounding off works. So believe if I have to round off to tens. So this is where I am going to attack. This is the number I have to round off. Rounding off to nearest tens. So this is the tens place. We are going to rounding off to the nearest tens. So if I have to understand rounding off to nearest 10, we are going to look for the digit at its right hand place, that is at ones place. So if this number is less than or equal to 4, then it will be rounded off, rounded down, and if it is more than 5, it will be rounded up. So this will be what? This will become, since this one digit is less than 5, it will be rounded off, rounded down. So it will be 62,630. Got it? Now, if I have to round off to hundreds, this is the digit I am going to attack. This is our hundreds place. This is where I am going to attack. This is rounding off to nearest 100. Got it? So hundreds, if I am going to round off to nearest 100, this is at the hundreds place. I am going to attack this digit. So I will look for the digit at its right hand place. Okay, the digit at the right hand place, that it has tens. So this is 3. Again, it is less than 5. So it will be rounded down, but not 630. I have to round down from 100. So what is it going to do? The round off up is 62,600, because I had to round out at hundreds place. Here I had to round off to nearest tens place. I hope it is getting clear to you. Now, if I have to thousands place, rounding off to nearest 1000, right? So this is at my 1000 digit. 2, we will look for the digit on its right, that is 6. It is more than 5, so we are going to round up. So round up from here will be 2,631. Round up will be 63,000, right? Now the last one, at rounding off to nearest 10,000. So the 10,000 digit is this one, right? This is the place value. This is the 10,000. We will look here. So this digit is what? R less than 5. So this will be rounded down. So from 62,631, this will become 60,000. So this is the most simplest form for understanding it. I hope this made you a little bit clarity in the whole concept, how we are. Similarly, if we move on ahead, this will again happen same. So from this we have found out two rules. The rule that we have understood from here is that whenever you are rounding off a digit, for example, let's take this example, and if we are rounding off to nearest 100, so we will look at the digit on its right side, that is on right side, that is the tens place, and if that digit is less than 5, if that digit is less than 5, we will round down. We will go to the nearest downside, and if that digit is equal to or more than 5, then round up. Move to the upper limit. So if we have this example, I am rounding off to 600 hundreds place. The digit on its right is 3. This is less than 5. So we have rounded down to 30. So we have rounded down to 600, right? So here let's again, the last concept that we have to understand is range. In some books you will find this concept that the child has to first identify the range and then they have to do the rounding off. So how do we understand the range? Let's understand that. So the range is nothing but the limit between which we have to do the round off. So we have to find that limit. This somehow helps the child to narrow it down to what limit the child has to round it down. For example, let's take this same example and understand the limits. So if I have to say round down the nearest tens, so how I'm going to first identify what my range is, and then I'm going to narrow it down to rounding off. So what you have to do, you simply have to tell the child to imagine a scale, a number line again. So number lines are really helpful. A number line. So I'm going to do this very thoroughly. So if I have to round it down to nearest tens, let's say I have this number line. So I have the number 31. I have to round it off. So I have to round up 31. So what is the nearest tens? Since I have to round off to tens, find out the nearest tens. So where does 31 number exist in a number line? It exists between 30 and 40, right? So this is my 35 median, like we did in our previous example. This is 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. So my 31 is existing somewhere here, right? So since I have to round it off to nearest tens, that's why I have taken this number. So 31 exists between 30 and 40. So this is the limit. Now the child have to see whether they have to do round down or round up, round down or round up. So 31 is closer to the lower limit, so it will go to 30. If it was somewhere here, 35 and plus, according to this rule, so it would have been round up. Similarly, let's show the range here is, let's create this column for this. For this, we have the range of 30 to 40, right? Now, if I have to do this rounding off to nearest 100, understand, nearest 100. So my number that I will be looking forward to is 31, right? So where does this 31 exists? In between hundreds. So we will look for this number, and our range will be 600 to 700, right? It exists, the number 31
exists between 600 to 700, right? 631 exists between 600 to 700 because we are rounding off to the nearest 100. So this is the limit. Now 31, for according to this rule, we are looking at this. 3 is here, lower limit. So we will be rounding off to the 600, and that's why it is 62,600. Similarly, we have rounding off to the nearest 1000, 22,631. Let's look at 631. 2631 exists between 62,631 exists between, this is the whole digit we are going to take, so it exists between 62,000 and 63,000, and since I cannot take it as 2000, right? That's why. So 631, this digit, according to again how this rule, this is more than 5, so it will be rounded up, and that's why this one. Now rounding off to nearest 10,000, so this digit. Now 26,000 exists between 60,000 and 70,000 because we are talking about 10,000. So the limit here was 60,000 and 70,000. Voila! So this was all that you have to understand for any grade of, like, say 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is all you need to make them understand, and after that you can do lots and lots of practice. For example, if I can show you, this is the book that we used to practice, and apart from this you can absolutely, so we have so many questions with hints and explanations at the back. So this is the estimation, and this will be thoroughly helpful. You can find this, and these are great to practice, and this is for grade 4th. You will also find for grade 1, 2, 3. I hope you like this video, and we will see with more beautiful concepts and easy concepts. I'll teach in next video. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.